Good morning to family and friends of today's graduates. Welcome to Texas A&M University Commerce and commencement exercises for the College of Business, the College of Humanities, Social Sciences and Arts, the College of Science and Engineering, the School of Agriculture, the College of Education and Human Services. Now, will you please rise for the academic procession?
No, Mike? I'm going to talk loud. Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is John Humphreys, and I'm Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Texas A&M University Commerce. It is my pleasure on behalf of our students, faculty, staff, alumni, and the Texas A&M University system to welcome each of you to this commencement ceremony. I extend an especially warm welcome to the families and friends of our graduates attending this important event, as well as those from around the world watching via webcast. Please remain standing and join Miss Anna Sines, a student who will graduate at this ceremony, as she leads us in the singing of the national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. The ceremonial mace you see on the platform is a gift from the faculty presented to the university on the occasion of its centennial in 1989. The mace is used in academic processions to represent the high esteem we at Texas A&M University Commerce attach to our founding values expressed by Professor Mayo more than a century ago: ceaseless industry, fearless investigation, unfettered thought, and unselfish service to others. I would like to thank Dr. Chad King, President of the Faculty Senate, for bearing the mace. Dr. King. The earning of a college degree is a significant achievement in the life of an individual. The commencement ceremony is also an important event in the life of the university, representing our shared commitment to scholarship, service, and high academic achievement. We are pleased today to confer undergraduate degrees upon 280 candidates in this ceremony, and throughout the weekend, a total of 714 degrees in 2 ceremonies. This commencement ceremony is also an important event in the life of the university. Of special importance is the vitality of the university or its alumni, especially those individuals who celebrate the pursuit of excellence through their lifelong loyalty to their alma mater. Mr. Jared Davis, a member of the Texas A&M University Commerce Alumni Association Board of Directors, is such an individual. Mr. Davis, I invite you to bring greetings to these newest alumni of Texas A&M University Commerce on behalf of their Alumni Association.
Good morning. I'm Jared Davis, and I bring you greetings on behalf of the Texas A&M University Commerce Alumni Association. I would first like to thank you all for the opportunity to share with you. This is a place that's near and dear to me, and I congratulate you as you enter into the ranks as an alumni of Texas A&M University Commerce, and I think you owe yourself a round of applause. Today is important as it marks a critical milestone. Today you join thousands of others who've walked through these halls and graduated similarly to you today. And they're working and outstanding and connected in their field of study and profession. So what I encourage you to do is to stay in touch with us, and we will stay in touch with you, because this is a rich network that is successful, that is proud, and it has deep roots right here in Commerce, Texas. The future of our great university and our alumni base is proportional to your commitment to the Alumni Association, and so we encourage that commitment today. And I can only make you 2 promises as I close. 2 people will never forget about you. That's Texas A&M University Commerce and the U.S. Department of Education. Thank you and congratulations.
We thank Mr. Davis and all of the alumni who have given so much to this university. I will now call on Dr. Ray Keck, President and CEO of Texas A&M University Commerce, for the introduction of our commencement speaker.
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our speaker for this ceremony, Dr. Neil Matkin. Dr. Matkin received his Doctor of Education in Higher Education Supervision, Curriculum and Instruction in 2000 from Texas A&M University Commerce. He earned an Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and a Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Arts and was awarded a Master of Science in Management of Telecommunications from Golden State University and an MBA from the University of Dallas. Dr. Neil Matkin currently serves as Collin College's District President, a position he assumed in April 2015. Collin College serves more than 50,000 students and offers more than 100 degree and certificate programs. Collin College maintains partnerships with multiple universities, including Texas A&M University Commerce, allowing students to pursue bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees at the Collin Higher Education Center. Prior to his coming to Collin College, Dr. Matkin served as Executive Vice President of the Louisiana Community and Technical College System for 16 years. In addition, he has served as President of the Central Campus of San Jacinto College, Vice Chancellor and Chief Information Officer for the Virginia Community College System, and Chief Administrative Officer for the Illinois Century Network. Active in educational and community affairs, he currently serves on the Congressional Veterans Commendation Selection Board and the Collin County Business Alliance Board. He has previously served as a member of the Texas House Computer and Technology Digital Divide Subcommittee and as an associate of the National Center for Public Policy and Higher Education in San Jose, California. Please help me welcome Dr. Neil Matkin.
Well, good morning. Oh, folks, we've got to do better than that. Good morning. I know it's a little bit early, isn't it? Well, greetings, friends, and particularly to the graduates. As you might imagine, this is not my first commencement. As Dr. Keck mentioned, my last commencement that I actually walked in was right here in 2000, in the same month even. So I'm glad to be back in that sense. But I've been in higher education for 35 years, almost my entire adult life. And as such, you might imagine, not only have I walked in 5 commencements, I've spoken at about a dozen of them. And there's some things that I have to say. It's a rule book they give you. If you're going to be a commencement speaker, there's several rules that you have to follow. The first is to never speak more than 12 minutes. Right? The second is I have to say some things to the graduates. And let me be honest with you, graduates, these are things I have to say, so let me get through them, and then I'll get to my message, okay? I'm obligated to tell you this is not the end of a journey, but the beginning of a journey, right? I've got to point out that you've all succeeded. You've all made it. Congratulations, you've succeeded. You know what, folks? All that's true, and I hear it at every commencement I go to, so now that I've gotten it out of the way, let me say some other things as well. And I'm going to focus on something a little bit different. The truth is, if you're still on your family's payroll, you ain't made it yet. Right, Mom and Dad? My wife and I have been happily married for 31 years. Well, I've been married happily for 31. She says 27, but I don't know what happened in those other 4 years. We have 3 sons, and they're aged 30, 28, and 26. And our youngest and our oldest are happily married. They are homeowners. They're gainfully employed. And our oldest son has given us 2 beautiful grandchildren. But I want to focus today on our 28-year-old son, and I'm going to tell you why on the back end of my remarks, and then I'll tell you some things that are going to happen to you, graduates, so that you can appreciate how to bounce and see a new light. Now, our 28-year-old son has just recently come around and started on the road to self-reliance. What has he been doing the last 10 years? He's been keeping Austin weird, collecting tattoos, and I dare say experimenting in the cultivation and enjoyment of certain herbs. And my wife and I have come to hear different names, and he calls them girlfriends, but he averages about 4 a year. He has not, in the last 10 years, been taking life seriously. One evening, after a selection of adult beverages, he unfortunately got behind the wheel of the car, and he hit another car and left the scene. I don't know if you've heard the term, but it's called hit and what? Run. That's right. That's what they call it when you hit a vehicle and leave the scene. Now, there are a lot of things to be thankful for. Number one, the damage to the other vehicle was only $300, and I'll tell you how I know that in just a minute. The other thing to be thankful for is that during this great act of irresponsibility, he didn't hit someone else and kill them. And we're eternally grateful for that. As you're going to find, graduates, in life, there are some complicating factors, and I'm going to come back to that too. That other vehicle that he hit, well, it was a police car. And the officer inside the police car was on what? Active duty. And had he not been taking a nap in the back seat, he would have seen who hit him. But he didn't, so he had to call in dispatch and roll the dash cam, at which point they were able to get the license plate, and he showed up at my son's apartment and arrested him with extreme prejudice. Now, the girlfriend of the month called me at 2 a.m. in the morning. And after we had established her name, it was Abby, by the way, who she was and why she was calling, I asked her, I said, y'all haven't been dating long, have you? I explained to her that I had not done anything to put my son in jail, and I would certainly not do anything to get him out. But eventually he had a court date. He did get out and went to court, and the judge, my wife and I decided to go and see this because we thought this might be entertaining. So they had a private conversation, and the judge summoned us to the bench as his parents. And we got to hear the judge explain to him that he had the choice of going through a series of steps to get clean and sober or spend two years in jail. I got to tell you something. I watched my son grow up that day. I watched him before my eyes. A light came on that was amazing. Now, why in the world did I tell you that? Well, first of all, he's been clean and sober for over a year, and we're very proud of him. We really are. He's back in school, trying to figure out a way to earn a living. And parents, for you, he's paying his what? Own way. He's off the payroll. And ultimately, by the way, graduates, that's one of the greatest gifts you can give your family, is to be self-reliant, become a responsible citizen, and ultimately go a step beyond and give back. Now, the second reason I share this with you this morning, while we are all here today and having such a personal conversation, sharing in your incredible success, which it is, I want to promise you exactly one thing. I'm going to make you a promise today that I will keep no matter what else happens. Are you ready? My promise is this: despite your best intentions, your most intelligent steps, despite everything you do right, there are going to be times in life when you fail. Failure is guaranteed. Oh my goodness, is he really going to do this? We're supposed to be celebrating our success, and he's come up here and he's going to talk about failure? Yes, that's what we're going to do just for about 8 minutes more. So, despite those best intentions, life is going to occasionally get in the way, and you're going to experience failures. And I've got some good news for you. Everybody up here on the platform, especially yours truly, has had failures. All of your faculty have experienced failures. All of your family have experienced failures. That poor police officer who had probably pulled a double and was taking a 15-minute cat nap in the back seat, he experienced an unexpected failure, okay? So my main goal here today then is to share some advice with you from an individual who has experienced some epic failures. So I want to take you on a short journey and talk about what no one talks about on commencement day. We know you can succeed. My goodness, you're graduating. You've spent time over multiple years to get to this point. It's truly worthy of congratulations. So let's talk about some imminent failures. General George S. Patton, the most celebrated general in U.S. history, knew something about failure. If you read about his life and his career, he had many moments where he did not succeed. He ultimately said that the test of success is not what you do when you're on the top. Success is how high you bounce when you hit the bottom. How high will you bounce when you hit your own personal bottoms? Well, that didn't come out right, did it? You knew what I meant, I think, right? I'm talking about the bottom. I believe that we are products of our successes as well as products of how we handle our failures. Do we see failures as temporary setbacks, or are we going to be overwhelmed? Will we be unable to move forward, not get out of our beds? Graduates, when you experience failures in your life, you have to bounce off the bottom. Another famous character is Winston Churchill, and he knew a thing or two about failure if you read about his life. He had many disappointing moments. He said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Graduates, do you have the courage that when you fail, you can continue? Now let's bring it a little closer to home to a more current celebrity. Michael Jordan, here's one of the most famous pro ball players in all of basketball history. Does anybody not know who Michael Jordan is? See me after. Here's a gentleman who, believe it or not, experienced failures. He said, "I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying." Graduates, you're probably detecting a theme here. Long before Michael Jordan, Buddha got in on the act and said the only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. You've had an opportunity here to exhibit some of the best that you know over a period of time. That true north that you're establishing in your lives today is paramount to bouncing off the bottom and following a successful path. You have to be true to yourself. General Patton's comment about bouncing off the bottom is a lot like the Chinese philosopher and leader from centuries before. Confucius is recorded as saying, "Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall." In rising every time we fall. Henry Ford said, "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." Can I see the hands of everyone that had to repeat a class? No, I'm just teasing. Don't do that. But I'll bet you among you, there were some classes that proved a little challenging. And it may not have been the material. It may have been, we know it was probably a bad professor, right? No, that wasn't it. Time and chance. Maybe life was overwhelming at that time. Folks, we're all prone to failure. If you Google failure, you'll have more to read than you can read in this lifetime. When I was a student in East Texas in my early 20s, I'd done a tour of duty in the Navy and the submarine service. I became a student and I made really good grades. In my freshman year, I had a Western civilization class taught by a University of Minnesota PhD who was almost overwhelming. I love the man to this day. He's passed on, but he was a great great teacher, but he was demanding. And I had my notes, my sacred Western Civ notes, and I loaned them to a young man from Wisconsin named Roger. And what do you think Roger did with my notes right before midterm? He lost them. I wasn't happy. I thought that I hated all people from Wisconsin. It was just bad, and I was complaining to my employer, a man named Edmund Smith. And Mr. Smith had been there at the college for 30 years, and I worked with him on the campus. And he said, when I explained Roger losing my notes, he said, "You know what your problem is, don't you?" And I said, "I don't have a problem." He goes, "Oh, no, you have a problem. Would you like to know what your problem is?" And I repeated, "Mr. Smith, I don't have a problem." "Well, when you get ready, let me know and I'll tell you what your problem is." He persisted. And so finally I said, "Okay, what do you think my problem is?" He said, "Your problem is you expect people to get it right. The truth is we're wired to get it wrong. If you'd be excited when people get it right, you'd be a lot happier. And expect them to get it wrong because that's what humans do." And I thought, I'm working for an idiot. But as I got older, I realized with all of my own mistakes that he may be onto something. So, graduates, you have to accept the fact that you're going to have failures. Not today, of course, that's why we're here. But life is going to throw you some curveballs. Be prepared. Don't be overwhelmed. Expect to get it wrong from time to time. It's okay. A lot of other people have made mistakes before you. You have demonstrated today by being here in these seats at the end of this journey that you have what it takes to succeed. You persisted. You've spent effort over time to get to this point. It took you several years. Some of you more years than others. That's okay too. I got my bachelor's when I was 26. Graduates, certainly celebrate your success. Bounce off the bottom to new heights when you fail. Congratulations to you, class of 2017, and Godspeed you through the many failures and successes yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Matkin. I know I speak for everyone seated at this ceremony when I say, this morning, you got it right. Our failures are epic, but so is our persistence. Thank you for coming and helping us think through this fundamental truth. And to remind you of this morning, this summer morning in Commerce, Texas, and to remind you of the moment when we were able to welcome you back to your campus. Thank you.
This graduating class includes some students who merit special recognition. These are students graduating with academic distinction. The three levels of distinction are summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. The level of attainment is determined by the student's grade point average. Medallions noting the levels of distinction are worn today by these outstanding students. Would these graduates please rise so that we may recognize you for your achievements? Thank you. Congratulations to all of you. Texas A&M University Commerce is committed to serving our military and veteran students. We are fortunate to have a special group of students in this graduating class whom we would like to commend for their service to our country. Would our military and veteran graduating students please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Please note that these graduates are wearing red, white, and blue cords designating their service to our country. And we would also ask that any active duty military and veterans in the audience and among our faculty and staff stand so that we may show our appreciation for your service. Thank you all for serving our country so nobly and so well. We're especially honored that so many family, friends, and special guests can be with us today to help us celebrate our pride in our graduates. Many of you I know will want a permanent record of this event, but for safety reasons, as a courtesy to those around you, we request that you refrain from leaving your seats to take pictures during the actual ceremony. A professional photographer is on hand here at the front and will photograph the conferring of each graduate's degree. I now ask that President Keck return to the podium for the conferral of degrees. Will the candidates for undergraduate degrees in the College of Business, College of Humanities, Social Sciences and Arts, College of Science and Engineering, School of Agriculture, and College of Education and Human Services please rise? President Keck, these candidates have met all the requirements for their particular degree. Therefore, I recommend that their degrees be conferred.
By the authority vested in me by the state of Texas, the Board of Regents, and the Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, I hereby confer upon each of you the particular degree to which you are entitled with all of its honors, rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligation pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates please proceed to the stage to receive their degrees from President Keck?
Troy Akins.
Christopher Michael Clayton.
Robin A. Carr.
Joshua Bryant Denton, magna cum laude.
Nikki Lachey Cozine, magna cum laude.
Tyron Nicole Driver, cum laude.
Kendall Breanne Harvey, cum laude.
Jeanette Enriqueta Fernandez.
Noemi Daisy Mayorga Vasquez.
Sawyer B. Harmon.
Aisha Nassim, cum laude.
Jordan Allie McQuestion.
Leah Allison Ordonez.
Esperanza Olivos, cum laude.
Reina Pica.
Dylan J. Ruthart, cum laude.
Arizo Salazada.
Ashley Nicole Thompson, cum laude.
Kristen Ashley Thompson.
Whitney Kevon Thornton.
Jason Bradley Townsend.
San Juana Trujillo.
Caitlin Breanne Walker.
Brittany M. Weber.
From the College of Humanities, Social Sciences, and Arts, Jessica M. Akers.
Jordan Callie Brooks.
Jenna Marie Bass.
Juan Manuel Cruz, cum laude.
Caitlin L. Benefield.
Lentavia T. Fountain.
Sedney Keshlon Bolden.
Madison L. Garcia, summa cum laude.
Ilya Vasilyevich Dmitrievsky.
Ruben Gonzalez, Jr.
Carrie Glenn.
Amber L. Hawley.
Caroline Kimberly Hewitt, cum laude.
William Darrell Horton, summa cum laude.
Wesley Greer Jensen.
Mason Grant Myers.
Sierra Brooke Johnson.
Jocelyn Milenka Montanez.
Halia Miller-Walton.
Sarah Elizabeth Navarez.
Megan Lynn Priest.
Ashley C. Poor, cum laude.
Jace Kevin Sturgill, cum laude.
Karen Arnetta Prim.
Brittany Len Trimmer.
Beatrice Lopez Sariana, summa cum laude.
Markayla Ann Wilkerson.
Emily Catherine Morris. Anna.
For the College of Science and Engineering. Judith Elizabeth Aguilar.
Anna Amelia Science.
Michael J. Anderson, summa cum laude.
Cassandra Tovar.
Eric L. Bailey.
Rebecca Marie Viasana.
James C. Becker.
Hunter C. Wilson.
Allison J. Bodecker, magna cum laude.
Megan Varie Amlong, magna cum laude.
Lionel Cabrera, summa cum laude.
Shelby Lynn Berry.
Mary Kate Carter, cum laude.
Osvaldo Bucio.
Larry Burnett Jackson III.
Nancy E. Calloway, summa cum laude.
Casey Lynn Johnson, magna cum laude.
Cindy Lou Cashin.
John F. Custerbeck.
Claire V. Cheney.
Stephanie Marie Lassiter, summa cum laude.
Courtney Jean Crothers, summa cum laude.
Tina McCovey, cum laude.
Marna Eluria Garcia.
Michelle L. Powell, magna cum laude.
Trina L. Green.
Mason W. Thomas.
Jennifer A. Hancock.
Aaron C. Varnell.
Nicole Lindsay Lackey, summa cum laude. Robin Jeanette Lott, summa cum laude. Colin W. Miller. Tangela Y. Morris. Lauren M. Peary, cum laude. Vanessa Carmen Ravines. Jamie Nicole Royal. Samuel I. Woods.
And now for the School of Agriculture. Desiree Suzanne Blake.
Rachel Lynn Bennett.
Cheyenne Nicole Lake.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Blakey.
Mitchell McPherson, cum laude.
Jasmine Duhan. Marion Inez Key, summa cum laude. Kelsey Delyn Reagan.
Delaney Renee.
Delaney Renee Smith, cum laude.
Ashley.
Hope Actually Woods.
And now for the College of Education and Human Services. Philip Brandon Albright.
Brianna Michelle Ashmore.
Alyssa Ann Oringer.
Baraka Ernest Baylor.
Paul D. Broussard.
April S. Carl, magna cum laude.
Christy N. Carlson, magna cum laude.
Tyler Lee Carthers.
Valerie C. Chandler, magna cum laude.
Tisha J. Clements.
Taylor Jordan Cooley.
Krista Ann Garner.
Ed De La Paz.
Joe Andres Gonzalez.
Aura M. Di Geronimo.
Keisha R. Howard.
Alfredo R. Espinoza, Jr.
Derek Keith Johnson.
Donald W. Fetty.
Emily Renee Lalonde, cum laude.
Gina K. Gilbert.
Tyree D. Mitchell.
Kenyatta Deshaun Hooks.
Lamont Timothy Owens.
Okay. Nija Nicole Primus.
Grace Catherine Hurst, magna cum laude.
Yes.
Nija Nicole Primus, magna cum laude.
Shadariel Danielle Jackson.
Kyler Chase Reynolds, cum laude.
Alonzo Johnson Jr.
Cheryl Wynn Rogers, magna cum laude.
Could you add junior at the end? I'm junior. Thanks, sir.
Sana Khan, magna cum laude.
Either way, Roman's fine.
Jose Andres Roman Jr., summa cum laude.
Brittany Lewis, magna cum laude.
Samuel Salinas.
Chandra K. Mann, summa cum laude.
Ashley D. Steverson.
Jason Mason, summa cum laude.
Ellie Karina Valdez, cum laude.
Shantae Minyard.
Barbara L. Walstead, cum laude.
Mario Armando Monasterio.
Stephen Allen Welch.
Stephanie Palos.
Candelaria Torres Ramirez.
Crystal Janelle Pickron.
Andriana S. Smith.
Fernando Reyes, summa cum laude. Taylor Nicole Rhodes. Chelsea Joe Roman. Brianna Stevens Ward, cum laude. Zandra Yvette Stewart. Ida Ugalde, cum laude. Brance Aaron Wall, magna cum laude. Jessica Nicole Weatherman. Stephen Ibarra, cum laude. And Brittany Nicole Barber.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us all in a round of applause for these magnificent graduates. At the heart of this university is the faculty. At the heart of this university is the faculty and the staff that give it life. Please, graduates, join me in thanking all of the faculty and staff who have mentored you, taught you, loved you, and led you to this day. Contrary to what you hear, life outside this university is no more daunting, harsh, or complex than in past years. All writing, and most especially the ancient authors, record the same dizzying oppositions: cruelty and compassion, hatred and love, foolishness and wisdom, justice and mercy. What is different, what is new, is a nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men and all women are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson defined that nation. George Washington fought to bring it to life. Abraham Lincoln preserved it. Harriet Tubman risked her life to free brothers and sisters. Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez said, "Enough, si se puede." Martin Luther King led us to find a divine light in broken society. This is the American story, now, graduates, given into your hands. As you go out of this place into a beautiful East Texas morning in late summer, you carry with you all the wisdom, all the strength, and all the hope of Professor Mayo's college. Ceaseless industry, fearless investigation, unfettered thought. It is now your turn to lead, to live, to love. May it be said of each of you, we are blessed because he is with us. We are better people because she passed this way. And now, please join me in thanking the A&M Commerce Ceremonial Brass who provided the music today. They will accompany us in singing the alma mater, led again by the amazing voice of Anna Sainz. The words are printed on the back of the program and inside the graduate's diploma. At the conclusion of the alma mater, we ask that you remain standing until the recessional has exited the facility. Then we ask the graduates and faculty to continue the recessional until the march, until you reach the doors. Thank you for joining us today. Ms. Sainz.